You're watching Fox 29. This is Good Day Philadelphia.
Going to Jen Frederick, unveiling something we've never seen before.
Yes, learning the secrets on how great lawyers win their cases. Huh?
Yeah, basically what this is, we talked about this at 7:15. Doctors and lawyers all the time have to continue their education to make sure that they're up on the latest and greatest in the medical field and obviously in the legal field as well. So Trial as Theater is basically a program that Tom Kline has trademarked, and in it you will show other lawyers how you have become so successful, correct?
That's correct. Well, I don't know if I'll show them how successful I am, but it is a program. It's a continuing legal education program. We're going to have a few hundred lawyers here today. Pennsylvania Trial Lawyers Association sponsors it, and we're here at the Wilma Theater. And maybe somebody will learn something along the way, and maybe I'll learn something.
Now listen, when you present your cases, you use highly technical advisors and exhibits, but you also use things that are very simple. And in the case that we're about to show, these were your closing arguments, and basically a little boy died. He was in the bottom of a pool. He drowned there. Explain briefly what happened toward the end of his life.
Sure, Jen. A little 8-year-old boy. He went to camp. He was left in the custody of 2 lifeguards, age 18 and 15. The 18-year-old walked away from the pool. The 15-year-old had to go to the bathroom, and poor little Anthony Slaughter ended up at the bottom of the pool. A really horrible tragedy.
And what is it that you show in this? Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to start the timer now. You see it at 2 minutes, and you show that to the jury. You say, look, this is what the last 2 minutes of his life were like, correct?
That's right. My challenge, and there are some challenges actually to being a lawyer and to representing people, my challenge was to try to show to the jury what it felt like for this little boy and what he went through in those final 2 minutes. And while you might say, well, gee, Tom, that's melodramatic, that's my job. My job is to show people how horrible it was and what he went through. And today we're going to recreate it.
And these are things that you thought he might have been thinking during these last minutes.
Well, what happened was, in the case, there was evidence by one of the leading drowning experts in the country, by his mom, by his dad, by the lifeguards, and we knew about his life, and we knew the kinds of things that he would have been thinking about at the time. And what I said to myself was, what would be the fair inference from the evidence? What would this poor little child in the last 2 minutes of his life have been saying to each other as he struggled until he lost consciousness?
Because no one was coming to find him.
No one was coming to find him, and my job was to say to the jury, you have to put yourself there and you have to think about what he was going through.
And certainly there's a letter that he wrote to his mom at one point. We've seen a picture of him.
Sure.
And what we're going to show now with the last 30 seconds of this, you would stand in front of a jury and you would say to them these things, correct?
Correct. And my whole way of doing it would be to say to the jury, through the mouth of Anthony, Mommy, take care of my little brother. Mommy, hold me. Mommy, I remember your last kiss. Why did they fail me? Mommy, thanks for putting on my shorts and hanging around. Remember the trip to the Franklin Museum? Why is my heart beating so fast? Why can't I breathe? I love to dance, and I'll never dance again. I will never see. I will never even talk. I'm proud to be a Slaughter, and I was proud to represent these people.
And basically then the jury, I'm sure, was overwhelmed. They saw the picture of him there.
They did, and we would freeze frame the picture in front of the jury, and my job would be to let it sink in for them, Jen, so that they knew what a horrible tragedy this was when they went back into the jury room. This was an actual trial in the Common Pleas Court in Philadelphia County.
All right. Tom Kline, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And of course, this is such a heartbreaking case, but there are elements that I'm sure lawyers can use in other cases, just how to present a case and frankly how to win a case and make sure that people like Anthony are taken care of.
That's the purpose of today. Both defense lawyers and plaintiffs' lawyers will be here, and we'll basically be talking about techniques of presenting evidence.
All right. Well, thank you so much for giving us a little window into what goes on. So, you know, Chanel and Scott, we have all seen what happens on TV, and sometimes it is not exactly like it happens in the courtroom. So again, trial is theater. This is how it happens. This is such a terribly sad case, but there are other cases, and hopefully all of us get to learn something, but more importantly, the lawyers who represent all of us on a daily basis get to learn a little bit more.
Yeah, I guess it puts a face to these stories. It really is. It's real families, real people.
Yeah, everyone here was fascinated looking at that. I mean, it was very disturbing, but you really get a sense of what happens inside the courtroom.
Yeah, it's tough
very,
to watch.
Very
All right.
interesting.
Thank you, Jen.
Okay, I'll see you guys on Monday.
You know, I never knew to the lengths that you actually go. You know, I get it from Boston Legal and
Sure.
stuff like that. You know, you see something like that in real life, you really understand what goes on.
Yeah, it really hits home.
You're watching Fox 29. This is Good Day Philadelphia.
I like that one.
Yeah, Liberty 1, Liberty 2, little reggae in the morning, 7:15. And Jen Frederick, I think, has got the story of the morning as she unveils something we've never seen before.
Yeah, she's learning the secrets on how great lawyers win their cases. Jen, this is good.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And let me just give you a little bit of background about what's going on. It's called trialTheater. And you know how doctors have to pass their boards every once in a while to make sure that, you know, they're keeping up on all their education? Lawyers are going to come here to the Wilma Theater today, and they're going to be involved in trialTheater. They're basically going to watch Tom Kline reveal all of his secrets to how he has been such a successful attorney. I hate to do such a commercial for you, but that's basically what it is, right?
All the secrets, Jen. Every one of them could be revealed today, right here at the Wilma.
And lawyers are coming here. You're going to show them your exhibits, some of your openings, some of your closings. And what are you hoping that they're going to learn from this?
The idea is that lawyers learn from other lawyers, and I'm going to demonstrate today many of the things that I've done: opening speeches, closing speeches, demonstrative evidence, animations, all kinds of things, so that the lawyers can take away what they feel they believe is interesting.
As a trial attorney, you deal not only with medical malpractice cases, but premises liability, product liability. We're going to begin this morning by showing people evidence from a trial that hasn't even happened yet, right?
That's right. We're in the process of preparing a trial involving a client of mine, now deceased, Thomas Cuff, who had a colonoscopy. The colonoscopy should have revealed that he had a cancer, but it didn't. And we need to, one of these days, soon, go to court and present it. And so I'm going to show the jury the graphics that we prepared, the animation that we prepared that isn't even yet turned over to the defense lawyers.
And
first on Fox.
There you go. And basically what you show in this, and we're seeing parts of it now, is that the doctor did take a test. There was a colonoscopy, but the doctor didn't go all the way into the cecum, and that's where this mass, this dangerous mass was, correct?
2 years in a row. And we're going to have to demonstrate that to the jury and prove to the jury that we're correct and that the doctor was incorrect. And so what we have to do, and a medical malpractice case is no different than any other kind of case. What we want to do is to show how a colonoscopy works, where the cancer was, how the colonoscopy was not complete. That's the kind of thing that I'll show the lawyers today, how we will present to a jury in the courtroom.
And I know that your practice is different. You have former anesthesiologists, you have people from different companies that work for you now. Are those some of the experts that you're going to say, hey guys, if you want to win cases, you got to bring in the big guns kind of a thing?
Our law firm has 5 physician lawyers, and next year we'll have 6 physician lawyers. So we have plenty of experience and plenty of people who we can go to, who we can say, gee, is this really a case? And we don't want to prosecute a case, a medical malpractice case that's not really a case.
All right, Tom Kline, we're here live at the Wilma Theater. Now, guys, what we're going to do at 8:15, it's going to be a little dramatic. He is going to take us through one of his closing arguments. They've won that case. It's very dramatic. It's heartbreaking. A young boy died in that case, but it's going to be very, very interesting. If you haven't ever sat in a jury, you'll wonder how this thing happens. You have to stay with us. Of course, long before that, we have my Bet the House pick.
Nice.
Thank you.
We've got a big build-up for the Bet the House pick, too, since you are undefeated.
This is in the buzz. I am undefeated. Sort of like Tom Kline. I'm sure he's undefeated. Just ask him.
Way to connect that there.
Undefeated, Jen.
Undefeated today.
There you go. That's all I was
Okay.
gonna do. Thank you, Jen.